up, guys? I did this interview with Miles Minnick last night and it was phenomenal. We talked about new music coming out, the It's Baad challenge, and also the movie he's in called Guitar Man. Make sure you look at the timestamps below so you can see the answers to the questions you're actually interested in. And thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Well, welcome guys to another episode of Millennials in Ministry. I'm your host, Erin V. Lashley, and I have a very special guest today, Miles Minnick. I had a friend actually ask me, like, how do you meet these people? I said, with Miles, like, I don't even know. I feel like I saw something you made online and I loved it, and I really liked the freestyle rap you did, and I was like, I gotta, like, this dude is legit. His music is really good. He knows what he's doing. His content is good. I'm like, I just liked him, and so I started following you. Just recently followed your wife too, because the vlog looks really good, Tina. So man, I just believe in what you guys are doing, and I'm happy to have you. So thanks for saying yes. Thanks for being on the show, man.
No problem. It's an honor. Thank you so much for the support and following me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. So first question I want to ask you is, a little bit about your story. How did you come to know Christ? What's your testimony?
Yeah. So when I was 16 years old, I was really in the streets doing what I wasn't supposed to do, selling drugs, doing drugs. When I say drugs, I mean weed, marijuana, right? So
Got you.
It was a Wednesday night. One night I was 16 with two friends. We were all smoking weed. And then one of them, while we were high, said, "Hey, bro, we should go to church." I'm like, "Right now?" He's like, "Yeah, let's go to church." So
Wow.
I didn't want to go. Like, I was the main one who said, "I'm not going to go to church." But they dragged me into the building, basically. And
Really?
Then, yeah. And me being the one who didn't want to go into the building, I was the main one into the service. Like, I'm the one clapping. I'm clapping my hands. I'm lifting my hands. I'm on the edge of my seat listening to the message. And then when the pastor did the altar call, I came up to the front, and then he laid hands on me, and I kid you not, one high left me and another high came. Like,
really? Wow.
I kid you not. And then ever since that night, I went back to that church every single week. And to this day, now I'm the youth pastor at that church.
Wow, at that same church?
Yes, the same church. Same church.
Wow.
Crazy. That's
cool, man. So what's the story with you and your wife? Like, was she a part of your journey coming to know Christ, or did she come to know Christ on her own? And how did you guys meet?
You know what? She came to Christ on her own, but she's definitely a part of my story in terms of me maturing in Christ. Because, I was a cussing Christian, like I was still going to church, but I was still struggling in some areas. And then one day she was on the bus on the way to her church, and then she heard the voice of God tell her to get off the bus and go to my church.
Oh, wow.
I heard the voice of God, and then we met that day, and then ever since the day we met, we just hung out every single day. We just clicked, we just hit it off, and then we met together in our belief system. So
that's so cool, dude. So, like, what's your story with the whole rapping thing? How did you get into music?
Yeah, so what's crazy, growing up, I was the introvert. Like, people literally thought I was a mute because I would not talk. Like,
really?
In preschool. Yeah, so with me being an introvert, I'm a natural observer, right?
Okay.
And my whole family did music. I mean, even the athletes would be good at rapping. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
And I just sat there and I soaked it in and observed it. So when I turned 15 on my birthday, I just started just rapping, just freestyling to every beat I heard. And I did it every day, daily, until I got good. And then I started putting out music, secular music, gangster rap or whatever. But then, after, I had that encounter with God, I slowly but surely started doing music for him. And the rest is history.
Wow. So, like, with freestyle, I gotta ask you, like, what's the key to that? Like, how does your brain just, like, put together, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that. What's the key?
Like with everything, practice makes perfect. I think the more you do it, the better you will be at it. And for me, that's another reason why I fell for my wife, because the first time we hung out, she started putting on beats, and she played a game with me called Vegetables. She would give me words and feed me words, and I would just like get inspired off of the words and just keep rapping to it. So if you have a partner that will give you words and you just got some fire beats and you do it repeatedly, it'll just come to you.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And a lot of your freestyle stuff is legit. Like you guys need to go
Hey,
back into his feed, listen to the stuff, you know what I mean? Like it's really, really good. So another really cool thing that you've been a part of is a movie called Guitar Man. And after I saw the trailer, I'm like, dang, like how is this guy doing all this stuff? Like that's a legit movie, you know? Like it didn't look cheesy. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
so what, like, how did you get that gig and what is that movie about?
Well, just to even give you a backstory on acting, I wanted to be an actor before I wanted to be anything.
Hmm.
When I was 3 years old, my mama asked me, "What do you want to do?" I said, "Actor." She said, "What's your plan B?" Actor. What's your plan three? Actor. Like that's my key thing in my core.
Wow.
So that's actually my third film, and each acting project that I've done, it's led to the next one. So I have a good mentor in the industry. His name is Clay from the Bay. He's a director of photography and a videographer. He works on all these
Hmm.
big films. So whatever
Wow.
film he's working on, he gives me the inside scoop and has me do an audition tape, and then he sends
Oh,
it in to the
wow.
directors. Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, so with that film, he had me do that and tell me why I got the part. And when I get on set, one of my good friends that I grew up with is casted as my brother in the film. And
No way.
on everything. And I had no idea, no clue
Oh
that he
my,
was part of that film. Like that's
that's
all God.
crazy.
That's God.
Yeah, yeah, that's really, really cool. I haven't seen the film yet, but I definitely am gonna check it out for sure. For sure. So
Absolutely.
do you still see yourself doing more films in the future?
Yes, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Um, I see me doing blockbuster films. I'm gonna be a part of a Marvel movie or two. I want to be
Yeah,
Spider-Man. Like I believe
I
there's
love
no
it.
limits to what God wants to do with my life, and I'm just
Yeah.
ready for it.
Yeah, you're gearing up. I love that.
Yes,
So tell
ma'am.
me about the It's Bad challenge because those are some of my favorite videos. I've been tagging some of my music friends, and I'm like trying to get them to participate because I just love seeing all the people, do their own spin on that song. So tell us about what the challenge is, and then what are your plans to do with the winner? Like, do we have a winner? Like, what's the whole process with that?
I got you. Before I say that, shout out everybody who's watching this live. We appreciate y'all. This
Yes.
is this is a dope experience. Tap in if you got questions. Let us know. And Mixed Kid, I see you. I see you. I see you. But in regards to the It's Bad challenge, it's crazy because I had a whole separate challenge in my mind that I really wanted to do. I thought this was gonna pop up, which was the dance challenge. I don't know if you've
Yeah.
seen that video. That was part one of the
Yes.
challenge. And then
Yeah.
after I posted the dance challenge, my boy Young Walt, he's a 16-year-old from my city. He's a rapper as well. He DM'd me and said, "If you do a rap challenge, I got you." And I said,
Hmm.
"Ooh." Like I felt like that was a God idea.
Yeah,
I felt it. So
yeah.
in I'm not kidding. Like in 10 minutes, I shot the video, chopped it up, posted it, and
Wow.
really I just want people to diss the devil over
Hmm.
this instrumental, because the enemy been prowling around like a lion trying to see who he can devour. He been attacking a lot of
Right.
people, you know what I mean? So I know a lot of people got some frustration in regards to that, so they get this,
Yeah.
go ahead and diss them to my beat one time and tag me in
Right.
it.
Right, right. So
Yeah,
like are you releasing like a new version of it with the winner or something like that, or how does that work?
JG, I see you, man. But you know what? I'm actually doing two more versions, and y'all can go ahead and hear this first here on the live. I'm doing the It's Bad Mega Mix with some of the best challenges. I'm picking 5 artists to put on that, and I'm doing It's Bad 2.0 with 4 special guests on the
Ooh,
track. It's gonna be crazy. So,
dang.
and I'm actually picking a winner to It's Bad Phase 1 this Thursday, and we're gonna play their video live on the bridge, and it's gonna be a crazy time.
That's cool. What's up, Stefan? I see you there, man. Thanks for joining. No, that's really, really cool, man. I'm excited about that. Thanks for sharing that live right here,
Oh yeah.
first heard, right out here on live. But one question I like to ask all of my guests is, I designed this podcast to help millennials who want to make an impact in their community. So I want to hear from you, what piece of advice would you give to other people who want to make an impact?
Yeah, I would just say, don't tone down who you are. Be your authentic self in your sphere of influence. You may not be a rapper, or actor, or a social media person, but you could impact people at your job, people at your school, just by you turning up who you are. Don't be ashamed of the God you believe in, and don't be afraid to talk about what God has done for you. You know, I feel like the greatest way to shine and to let God shine through you is to tell people what He's done for you. You know what I mean? And once I really came to peace with who I am and stopped letting people tell me who I am. I let God tell me who I am. That's when I started to make a difference, and it started to spread, and I started to make impact, right? Like for me, a lot of people said, you need to do this kind of music. You should be less Christian. You should be more gangster. You should da-da-da-da-da. Once I ignored all of that, said yes to God, yes to my call, and identified who I am, walked in it, that's when I started to make a difference. So you too can do that in your sphere of influence.
I love that, Miles. Thank you so much for that, man. So if people want to follow you, stay in touch with you and what you're doing, what's the best way for them to do that?
You can follow me on Instagram. As soon as we get off this live, go ahead and follow me, Miles.Minnick. That is spelled Minnick. You could also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Miles Minnick, and my wife and I's channel, The Minnicks. And SoundCloud, hit me on Apple Music. I mean, let's do this, man. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's go. And shout out to my friend Teddy. He said that was really, really great advice that you gave, because we just finished a series for our young adult service on identity, and you spoke right into that, Miles. So, man, you just a God time, good words. So I appreciate you, man. This has been fun. We're going to stay in touch. So appreciate what you're doing in the world and the impact you're making. And the best is yet to come for you and your family. I really believe that. Appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you. And thank you for having me on here. Let's keep in touch. God bless y'all.